Hello.
Hola.
Hello, everybody. This is.
I will cut you off. I will cut you off.
We are
Cut
doing.
off.
Shut up. All right, we are doing another video about the Wheel of Time: The Great Hunt by Robert Jordan.
This book I'm shoving in your faces.
Yep.
I
And
didn't even get to see the chance.
this video will have spoilers, and we're gonna focus on
If
the
you don't like
boys.
spoilers, click off the video immediately.
We're gonna focus on the boys.
Because
Rand, Perrin, and
Matt.
Matrim. All right. So in this one, it begins. Let's start with Rand, shall we? Since he's supposed to be the
I hate Rand.
Since
Okay, I
we
don't
just-
hate him. He's a pretty cool guy.
We do the
but-
one we like the least, and we go up from there.
Oh, you don't like Rand
So,
either?
He's okay.
You're just like better character.
At this point in time, he's just like too much Rand at this point in time.
Should
so-
just made the whole book Rand.
Basically, that's what they did. All right, so we're going to talk about Rand. So at the beginning of the book is kind of important because he's having sword lessons with Lan.
Yeah.
And that comes in handy at the end of the book when he fights a harem blade
Nice.
master.
That fight was the most disappointing.
Okay, we'll get in there. We'll get there. But the other thing that's important about this sword fight, which I won't go into detail because so-and-so here hasn't read all the books, is that there is another lesson that Lan teaches Rand that comes important in the very end, in the very last book. And it's a lesson that when we get to the very last book, if I remember, I'll refer to this book.
I think
But-
I know this one.
What's that? Sheathing the
Sheath in the blade.
Sheathing the
He
blade.
does that in one of the other books.
Yeah.
No, don't listen to that.
No, he doesn't do it in any other books. But yeah, that's another important
thinks
lesson
about
that
it.
comes in handy in the end of the series.
Oh my gosh, the main character commits suicide.
Anyway, so Rand does it. And then we see that Rand... So the beginning of the book is important because it fits in with the end when he's able to go head-to-head with a sword master.
That was the most disappointing. That was more disappointing than one of the Forsaken
Alright,
fights.
let's go ahead and hit this. Why was that disappointing?
Oh my gosh, because it was just like, oh, I'm gonna lose, and then it's just like the guy. He's like, oh no, and he's dead. I'm just like, what? What was this?
I don't know. But
I'm
then
just like, what?
So, well, it doesn't matter. He won the fight, and now he is a true sword master.
I feel like he doesn't get. I feel like his minor fights are better than his actual like main
the
fights.
big duel. Yeah.
I know, it's just like his big duels are so disappointing. I'm just like, you suck at writing these.
Yeah. That was pretty good. Okay, so in between that and one other thing I think important about Rand is he meets Lanfear again in the mortal world. Or not the mortal world, the other dimension.
Silly
The
bum.
portal world.
Silly bum.
And he doesn't realize it's Lanfear.
Duh, she changed her name to Celine.
Celine.
You know,
right.
as soon as her features were described, I'm just like, there's no way
Right.
that's normal. There's no way. I'm just like, she's a Forsaken. I'm just
Right.
like, immediately, she's a Forsaken.
Right. And this also covers another thing about these kind of fantasy stories. Is that one of the hardest thing about fantasy is that the traveling. Because in fantasy, you only can travel by horses. So it takes a while to go from point A to point B.
Unless you're doing one
When
of my...
point B is very far.
Unless you're like me and writing books on other things.
So...
And it's just like... my books are just like, run.
Right. So this portal world in this one...
It's not a portal world, it's a mirror.
Alright, mirror world.
It's called the mirror world.
But he uses a portal stone.
Yes,
It kind of fixes the problem of traveling long distances. It fixes so you can travel long distances in short periods of time.
Yeah, but it's like horrifying.
Yes. In this instance, it is very horrifying.
Except for those little creatures, I love those.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, now that I know Celine is Lanfear, I kind of wish Rand just let the Golem eater.
Oh, yeah.
Golem, that's what it's called, Golem. I'm just like,
Golem.
you killed that thing, it was trying to kill a Forsaken, how could you?
Yeah, he doesn't know it though, and she's always trying to seduce him.
She is the most irritating bad guy I have ever met.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was in that book, I'd just sucker punch her as soon as I saw her.
Yeah, she's very jealous because when he was somebody else, he chose another woman over her.
I mean, I would too. I mean,
yeah. And so I guess another character that's talking about Rand, we meet two other people that's kind of important. One is the firework lady, Alondra. She comes back later on in the series.
Oh yeah, she does.
And she plays an important part, very important parts. And then another very minor character I like is Brianna. She's one of the three nobles that tries to hit on Rand and seduce him as well. And I like her later on. She becomes part of a storyline.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Brianna.
Brianna.
Or Brianna.
Who?
Brianna. She's in the second book.
Really?
Yes. She has a very small... She's in it for like a paragraph.
Oh, that's probably why I don't know.
Yep. So she comes back, and she comes with another party with another character everybody thinks this is a great person and everything, and constantly she's always putting this person down and putting her in her place. So that's kind of why I liked her. Anything else you got to say about Rand before we move on?
Rand doesn't take crap from nobody.
Nah. No, and he's starting to become more... I believe, if I remember right, he's starting to become more suspicious of, like, Aes Sedai, and he doesn't like them trying to make him do things that he doesn't want to do.
Oh my gosh, that's so annoying when he do. I feel like the only sensible one in these books is Perrin.
Yep.
It's just like the other two are just hating on Moraine, and Perrin's just like, yeah, man, I don't like you that much, but I guess you're doing something that's good.
Right. So let's go on to Matrim. Matt, in this one, he's trying to get the knife before it kills him. Oh, I guess we're also at the beginning. Rand tries to make Perrin. Rand tries to make Perrin and Matt hate him.
Because, oh yeah, that fails.
Yeah, that fails because.
Well, sort of. Matt kind of hates him for the rest of the book.
Yeah. Because he wants to keep him out of danger.
Yeah. I love these characters' ways of protecting people. They're just like, I'm gonna make them hate me so much, and then it's just like.
If I make them hate me, then I'll keep them safe.
It's just like, yeah, you're totally not offending them or anything.
Right.
Their feelings haven't been shattered.
No. So let's move to Matt, because I think he has probably the shortest amount of character in this book.
To be completely honest, I don't even remember any of it.
Yeah,
he has
Matt,
any chapters in that book.
I don't think he does either. If he does, it's very short. All we know about Matt, learn about the Matt in this one, is that he wants to get the knife back, and that
took it.
He likes to gamble. And then at the end, though, he's the one who blows the
Horn of Valir.
Yeah, Horn of Valir.
Yeah,
and then he drops it. The whole time they're trying to get the guy get this horn, he blows it, and then he's like, "Oh, it's not important anymore."
Just like, oh, bam!
Yeah.
And then it's just like, "Where's the horn?"
He's like,
I dropped it back there.
Yeah, it's back there. They're like, "What? What are you doing? Go get the horn."
I love that part.
Yeah.
And he's just like, you're like, boom,
yeah.
Boom, and then they're just running away, and it's just like, wait, we're missing something. Matt's like, what are you missing?
You're like, yeah,
where's the horn, you dummy?
Yeah.
He's like, who's back there?
Yeah, Matt don't care. He got the knife at this point. He's like, I got my knife. Why do I care about a stupid horn?
He's just like, he's like, oh, the horn is back there. And they're just like, what?
Yeah. That's pretty
Has to
funny.
run back and grab it.
Right. And now he's tied to the horn forever.
Yes, now he's tied
he has to blow it. He's the only one who can blow it to get these people to come.
Yes, and he didn't even want to do that.
Right.
He's just like, oh, horn, I wonder. And he drops it, and he's just like, it's not important anymore.
Yeah, more important anymore.
And it's just like, yeah, well, it's only a temporary thing. You have to do it again.
Right, yeah. All right, then we're going to move on to... Ready for Perrin now?
We didn't touch the knife basis. What the knife does.
Yeah, we kind of did
it. Cut.
Yeah, it cuts.
It
cuts, and it corrupts you, and then it eventually kills you from poison, like.
It causes you to decay 10 times faster than the normal human.
Yeah. But, yeah.
It's just like someone gets their wrist slit by the knife, and then all of a sudden they just start to decay, and it's just like, what? Like, my mouth was dropping when I was reading that. I'm just like, what is this?
What's going on?
I'm just like, well, now I know what the knife does.
Right. Alright, so now we're going to Perrin. And he doesn't have a big part in the book either. But he's still trying to get used to his transformation of being a here wolf, and people looking at him because his eyes look like wolf's eyes at this point.
It's cool though.
Yeah, it is cool.
I'd be like, that's cool. My eyes are yellow.
Yep. And so his power, basically, he's just using this book to be able to find to keep track of the people who stole the knife and the horn of Violet.
I love the name that they give people like this. It's sniffers, and I'm just like the name makes me giggle every time.
Right.
I'm just like
Okay,
sniffers.
yeah, right. So there's a character, I can't remember his name, but he has...
It's Perrin.
Oh, Heron, yep, and he can smell really good.
He smells violence.
Yeah, he smells violence. Does it ever say how he does it? Or is he just born that way?
In the glossary, it's just smells violence. It's just
Okay.
like a
But
sniffer, a name given to someone that has the ability to smell violence. So I'm guessing yours is born with it.
Yeah, he's just born with it. Okay.
Although I don't know, what would violence smell like?
I don't know.
I don't feel like
Yeah.
I feel like
It
you
doesn't-
can't smell it.
It doesn't
Violence.
describe it.
Okay, violence is like, is that a verb or an adjective? No, violent is an adjective. A verb is. Wait, I'm confused. What? Okay, it's something, but I'm pretty sure it's like a description word. So, it might be an adjective.
I don't know. I don't know what it would smell like.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
so he
But
gets,
that's like saying
Yeah.
like saying you smell someone flicking their fingers. Just like saying you could smell that. And it's just like, what would that even smell like?
Yeah.
Or like saying you could smell a color. How do you smell a color? Wouldn't
Well-
you just smell the.
Perrin eventually is able to smell people when they're anxious or scared.
Well, I mean,
Or
he's already
happy.
having signs. He's just like, you can smell the fear and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I'm like,
And so what happens is the sniffer, he goes with Rand into the mirror world with Loyal.
Loyal
And so Perrin tells the leader that, hey, I am
I'm a sniffer.
sniffer.
He's like, I'm a sniffer. He's
Right.
like, he's not completely lying because he
No.
can smell people.
Well, I think he tells him the truth, and then the other guy, the leader, says that Perrin's a sniffer as well.
It's just like, you're still a sniffer.
So anything else about the boys?
We should talk about Matt's feud with Rand.
Matt's feud with Rand.
Oh my gosh, Rand is sad.
Well, Rand makes him mad, and Matt holds grudges pretty
Oh
good.
my gosh, he does.
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, calm your horses down. He's just like, Matt's just like, oh, you're wearing all this fancy stuff, and Rand's just like, I didn't even pick this out.
He's like,
Rand's just like, I did not pick this out.
Moraine made me wear it.
He's like, Moraine told me to wear it.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice.
And Moraine gives Rand a flag and everything as well. And Moraine's not in this book very long.
She's just like, hi, bye.
Yeah, she's kind of here. Yeah, and so I guess we talked about this in the girls section. Basically, well, we can talk about it now. Basically, Moraine and the Omelette Seat decide that the best course of action is just to let the Dragon Reborn Rand just go out and run wild on the world. And,
there you go.
Yeah.
You know, that's like taking a rabid possum and then just be like, here you go, and dropping it in your house.
Yeah.
To see what will happen. I feel like that's what that is.
Yeah, that's basically what they did.
It's just like, here's a rabid mouse. Boom. And now it's in your house. And now it's just like, oh crap.
Yep, and then Moraine is trying to study more about the prophecy, I think, because she goes to this hut. And then does she make, I can't remember, does she come back? She comes back in the end, right?
I don't know.
In the end of the story, I think she comes back.
I don't know. Moraine's a closed book.
Yeah. So in this one, but she's not in this book. She's not in this book very long.
We forgot to talk about. Wait, is Rand's battle with the Dark One, Bowsman in this one?
Yeah, at the very end. So at the end, after he fights the Swordmaster, and Matt blows the Horn of Valere, Rand fights another
Bowsman.
Forsaken person.
Yeah, and then I love his reaction
And they're
when
fighting in the sky.
And he doesn't know they're fighting in the sky, and I love how this works. It's just like everyone saw you, and he's just like, how? He's like, you were in the sky. It was hard to miss, and he's just like, I was.
Yeah.
I was. What?
Right.
He got stabbed by a stick.
Yeah. No, he has a big wound on his hip.
Not his hip. It's
Side.
like right here, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
on
in
the
this little
side. On the
area,
side. Yeah. on
Every
the side.
time it just bursts open, and he's just like, oh no.
Yep. All right. So this is our video. We hope you enjoyed it. And until next time.
Bye.
Bye.